And a tremendous Tuesday evening to all. Welcome inside Wayne State Fieldhouse as we get set for G League basketball. It's the home opener for the Motor City Cruise, and for Iowa Wolves, it's their third game of the season. Hello again, everybody. My name is Chad Bush, alongside Reggie Butler. Welcome back, partner, for another year of basketball. A lot of newness this year. New coach Jamel McMillan. But the same old tricks for two-way star Jared Roden. He went off for 36 points. What a win it was for the Cruise, 112-99 in their opening night victory in Grand Rapids.
It sure was. Roden, he's been with the team about a year and a half now, and he's been an immediate impact player. I mean, so he's really helped them out, and they got a good win the other day at the Grand Rapids Gold.
This system, this style of McMillan, you think defense. But this is a guy that was in Atlanta. Is this a system that he brings along, or is it also a mix of the Monty Williams system of the Pistons?
Well, it starts with the Monty Williams system, but he has so much experience from being in Atlanta, and he really put his imprint on his team as they had 24 assists and only 3 turnovers in the first game.
One of those guys sharing the sugar was Malcolm Casalon, who was big in that game, leading this team with 7 assists. All 3 two-way players tonight for the Cruise. Reg, that's got to feel good for the new head coach.
Absolutely. I mean, you got your best guys here and available. You know, they have them here in the G League to get reps and get better, and for coach to have them at his disposal, it's even better.
Meanwhile, the Iowa Wolves come in 1-1 on the season. They split with the Windy City Bulls. They'll come in with a fellow that has quite a bit of pedigree behind him, the former G League Ignite star. Tell us a little bit about Mr. Miller.
Well, he's a draft pick, so that says a lot there. Not many guys get drafted, but he's from Canada. He's played with the G League Ignite before, and, I mean, he's been an immediate impact player. I mean, he had 23 and 10 the other night. He shoots the ball well. He's taken about 6 threes so far this season, has made 3 of them, and he's not afraid to hit the boards as well.
He'll have quite a matchup on the other side. We already talked about Jared Roden and the imprint he put in Game 1 against Grand Rapids. Roden's a guy that they'll look to carry the load again tonight at that small forward spot.
Oh, yeah, Roden, I mean, he's your prototypical two-way player. He's aggressive on offense. He scores. He penetrates. He's strong. He goes downhill. But he also plays defense, and the Pistons really like him.
The McMillan era begins at home tonight. Already a win under their belt. The Cruise look to carry it on against the visiting Iowa Wolves here at Wayne State Fieldhouse. Reggie and I are back with much more right after this. You're watching Cruise Basketball.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Welcome back to Wayne State Fieldhouse as we get set for the Cruise and the Wolves. Game number 1 at home. Game number 1 overall in the books, and it was Jamel McMillan's welcome to Detroit victory in Grand Rapids with a 112-99 win on Sunday. Congratulations on the win in game and try number 1.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Had a lot of fun.
So, what is the McMillan way? What is the style of basketball that you're going to bring? Is it similar to what Monty Williams runs with the Pistons? Is it your own blend of things? What can we expect to see from this team, at least schematically, early on?
Moving the ball and moving bodies. Offensively, just sharing in each other's success is big for me. On defense, it's ball pressure. Like, we've got to get up and impose our will. Our team has taken on kind of this mantra, set the tone. We want to dictate and control every aspect that we can within our control. And so applying pressure on both ends of the floor, attacking the paint, attacking the glass, and then getting after it on defense, guarding the ball and protecting the paint.
You've got 3 two-way guys to kind of build around. One of those guys, Jared Roden, went off in game number 1 for 36 points, 8 rebounds. I mean, this is a good guy to build around. He came out and really emerged himself in game 1. Is that what you expect from him night in, night out when he's with you?
For sure, for sure. Jared's somebody I'm familiar with. He was in College Park. I was in Atlanta recently. And so I've seen him for a long time, and Jared's a real pro. You know, he comes in, does what he's supposed to do. He's receptive to coaching. You know, he's a willing basketball player to do whatever is asked of him, as well as put in the work. And so I'm glad to see it translated. I think he got a little taste of the Pistons here early. That keeps a little hunger behind him for him to go get it. And he's in a great spot right now, so I'm really proud of him and how he started.
Your father, Nate McMillan, former NBA head coach, former NBA player, and all-star. And how cool it must be to grow up in Seattle as a kid, and your dad's like one of the stars of the town playing basketball for the pro team. What's it like growing up as Nate McMillan's son, and then now coaching with him, having that opportunity?
Yeah, Seattle was an awesome time in life. You know, tremendous community out there, basketball community as well. A lot of pros have represented the city really well over the years, and some of those are my peers. So shout out to those guys for keeping us on the map there. But, you know, the Sonics were a tremendous organization that really treated my family well, treated my father well, and allowed me to see a lot of opportunities, including get here. And so just to have him around this year as he's helping out alongside Coach Williams and just being a friend there, invaluable experience. Try to separate myself a little bit in some of the philosophies there, and you know, I'm a little bit lighter than he was, but you know, defense is at the forefront of what we're about, and you know, I guess I established that from him. Me myself playing, that was a real focal point of mine, and where I really attacked the game, and so. Really pleased that he was able to kind of have this year to be in the community with myself and Coach and just see what we can put together.
We're with the former Arizona State Sun Devil, Jamel McMillan, first-year head coach of the Motor City Cruise. What's it like being a head coach of a pro organization here in the G League so far?
Man, that seat is different, but you know, unbelievable opportunity. The support that's been behind me from across the country in the basketball world, but especially here in town, within the lines of the Pistons organization, the Cruise organization. I'm really fortunate that Monty trusted me to be an extension of him across town here a little bit, and you know, I'm really fortunate that this group has allowed me to come in and kind of teach them and give them something that they can hold on to. And so looking forward to tonight and the home opener and the rest of the season with these guys.
Getting more into this game against the Wolves, what's the matchup look like to you, and what's the expectation tonight for your team in game number 1 at home in front of the home fans?
It's a physical battle here tonight. You know, this team, they're really a physical group. They crash the glass, so we got to box out. They really attack the paint, so we've got to make sure we're keeping guys in front, moving our feet, owning our matchups, not relying on help as much. You know, we've got to guard our yard tonight, and you know, they get the ball out quick. They love to outlet the ball quick on makes and misses, so we've got to get back. Really got to be organized in our attack. Offensively, we've got to take good shots so those don't end up in transition points. But the main thing is we've got to own the paint. We've got to attack the paint on offense. We've got to really control the paint on defense.
He's Jamel McMillan, first-year head coach of the Motor City Cruise. Thanks so much. Good getting to know you. Yeah. We look forward to getting to know you better. All the best of luck tonight and throughout the season.
Right, thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate it.
We're coming back on pregame from the Cruise and the Iowa Wolves. We're getting set from Wayne State Fieldhouse. More coming up with Reggie right after this.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
By any means necessary, everything I'm doing is legendary. Step in my office cause I'm a boss, not a secretary. Second to none, I am primary, not secondary. Give me the throne, I'm crown taking, I'm about to make the ground shake. Yeah, this is a rude awakening, still got it. started. Time to turn it up. Going off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom, yeah, I make it boom. Boom, yeah, I make it boom. Boom, yeah, I make it boom. I'm coming with it, you feel it, I make it boom, boom. I know you feel it, boom. I know you feel it, boom.
And welcome to Midtown Detroit, where we're set for G League basketball, the first broadcast of the season, and that means it's the first home game of the year for the Motor City Cruise, who come in 1-0 on the year against the Iowa Wolves, who come in 1-1 on this young season. My name is Chad Bush. Welcome back. Reggie Butler on color commentary tonight. Partner, great to see you again. What an exciting night here at Wayne State Fieldhouse. Beautiful Wayne State Fieldhouse. Year number 3 for this Cruise franchise. Changes this year. Let's start at the top. Jamel McMillan, new head coach, new system, and we've got 3 two-way players, some familiar faces. Catch us up on this Cruise team. It's been a while. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, and it's great to be back. And the Cruise here in year 3, they've gone through again. The G League is about changes. So you see some familiar faces from last year, but you also see some faces that from teams that players who came in and played against them last year.
We've got starting lineups to be announced. There was a decision to be made. Xavier Simpson was questionable, but he's in that starting lineup, and the former Michigan Wolverine will get the nod of the starting point guard spot. And he's off to a fast start, Reg. Got to have that point guard in tune. Crews have had that all 3 years. Xavier Simpson, a welcome new addition as we talk about some of the new guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Simpson, I mean, he's a floor general. Everywhere he's gone, he's really taking the reins. Last year he came in with the Orlando team, played pretty well against the Cruise, so I'm sure it was an easy decision to pick him up this year.
No doubt. Jared Rhoden, the New Jersey native, 36 points, career high last time out, and the Cruise 13-point win in GR. Cazalan, a guy from France that we'll talk a little bit about, top assist man in the game against Grand Rapids. Stanley Amude. The Cruise did not have the luxury of Mr. Amude in their first game. They will tonight. And the aforementioned Xavier Simpson at the guard spot. DJ Carton will oppose Xavier Simpson. He has the rock. And at the top side is Miller, a guy that Reggie highlighted in the open as their top player. Leonard Miller, 23 points and 10 rebounds.
Yeah, Miller, he's a talented young guy, so he's going to look to get started early. And there you see Simpson with the good defense getting the turnover.
Amude gives it up to Rhoden. That hot hand. Dish down low. Porter, a new addition thanks to a trade. And the big boy, who put up 14 rebounds to lead the way, gets a point there. 18 and 14, a good first night for him as well.
Absolutely, and it's interesting you called Porter a big boy. I don't know if that really applies now. He looks thinner than last year. It's funny, Chad. I remember, I don't know, maybe 4 years ago, 5 years ago probably, I walked into a gym in Indianapolis at the EYBL. Porter was there as a big guy with Mo Ken.
Wow.
And the next year I walked into that same gym, he had lost like 40 pounds. So he's still on his journey and he looks great right now.
Gotta eat up some calories chasing around 6 siblings. Downtown, Porter shows a little bit of outside with that inside he showed before. 5-2 Porter in the lead against the Wolves.
Yeah, absolutely. You saw the pick and roll layup and then stepping out hitting the 3. That's really a testament to the work he's put in.
Porter played 32 minutes. The Cruise 112-99 win over the Gold back on Sunday. To the rack, Miller had it blocked. A late foul is called, and it'll be one free throw for 2 points coming up. The gentleman that Reg highlighted, Leonard Miller, the 6'10 forward from G League United.
Yeah, Miller, he's their leading scorer. I'm not sure how he kind of slipped away from the Cruise, but you see their back door, he just went and Roden had to follow.
Miller, a guy that 36 minutes is what he averages. They like to play this guy. He played for the G League Ignite a season ago. 5-star coming out of high school 2 years ago. Elected to go the route of no college. Miller rattles at home, 5-4 Cruz +1. That's becoming a tendency, and that's okay. And the G League kind of helps those guys that want to go that route, Reg.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what the Ignite is for, and that's why the NBA has invested so much into the G League.
Kazalon for 3. And the Frenchman triples. It gives the Cruz an 8-4 advantage.
One thing it looks like this year is the Cruz have improved their shooting. You have some of their taller players, Porter and Kazalon, out there knocking down threes. And interesting, they're both left-handed.
How about it? Shout out to the Southpaws. Here's another look at the triple in the corner. One of the 2 ways for the Cruz this year, 1 of 3.
Yeah, there was no hesitation on that shot. I mean, players who can shoot the ball without dribbling it, they're of high value to NBA teams.
The former Michigan Wolverine topside. Porter in the paint. It's been all Porter early. And that theme stops for the moment.
Yeah, but the Cruz, they're doing a good job of getting inside and out. Work didn't get anything there, but you see what their goals are.
Triple try, back iron, but a reset for a guy that got in the scoring column earlier. And they make it hurt. Triple, good. Wolves have cut it to 1.
And you see there, Miller was able to hit that 3 after Eastern's offensive rebound. One thing they say is the best time to get a three-pointer is after a rebound.
Get them while they're sleeping. Captain Hook misses the short hook shot.
He's not shy, though. He'll shoot a couple more.
Yeah, he shot up 17 times the other night. 3-ball no good from Roden. Here come the Wolves looking for their first lead. Former Marquette star DJ Carton to the right point. And that's down. Another triple back-to-back. That's from the former Dookie Keels. And don't look now, but the Wolves by a deuce with 8:45 to go in the first.
And Carton, who delivered that pass, he played well with the Wolves last year. And I saw him in NBA Summer League with the Minnesota Timberwolves, and he had a good summer league. So you could tell they're really high on him, that he's still around with the team.
Oh, you got out there in Vegas, did you?
Yeah, I love to go out and watch these guys in the summer, and it's just a different atmosphere. And so many of the guys who played well last season, they did they did their thing during the summer as well.
Favorite non-basketball Vegas activity for Reggie Butler?
Well, let's see, that I can say on air, I would say. No, I'm joking.
It is Sin City. Come on, when in Rome.
No, but what was cool this summer about Vegas was the Sphere.
Ah.
Yeah, the new Sphere. So when you would come out of the T-Mobile Arena and look over to your right, the Sphere was lit up like a basketball. So to not know it was out there, I hadn't heard of it before. So it was just like a big basketball on the horizon.
Check it out. Porter lighting up like the Sphere right now. His game is lit. Captain Hook, no look. Popped away, was intended for Porter. Miller on the run down the avenue, and contact. He'll go back to the line and try to break this 10-10 tie in the first.
And so it's interesting. You see Coach McMillan call Xavier Simpson over and after that turnover. Last game they had 24 assists and only 3 turnovers, so you won't see him do that often.
Say it again?
Yeah, 24 assists and only 3 turnovers.
Wow. That's a number you can live with.
Absolutely.
Spoiled in his first game.
You're not losing many games when you have that kind of ratio.
No, and a lot of that's on Simpson, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And Calazon had a lot too as well.
You recall last year the Cruz got off to a slow start. It was much to do with the unsteady play at point guard. And without their point guard, Kiefer Sykes, really for the first half of the year. And then once he got in, things settled down.
Correct. I mean, and the Cruz, they've had some good point guards. I mean, you think about that year one, Derek Walton, how he played.
Yeah.
And going, who's, been phenomenal in Australia since then, the MVP, and now in China doing awesome. Yeah. And last year, Kiefer Sykes, who was hurt, but when he started playing, they really started winning.
Got that CBA money.
Yeah.
Kazalon from the corner. Nobody's mad at him here, I would imagine. I mean, hey, you can go to the CBA, get some of the Chinese basketball Association moolah. You go for it. and he's a well-wanted man. Hey, look, when you go play, I want to ask you, you've played overseas. When you go do something overseas or in another country and establish yourselves like Derek Walton did, and you go get an MVP in Australia, the NBL, does that open up other overseas waters for you?
Absolutely. I mean, so the NBL opened up China for him, and that's one of the highest paying countries. I've actually played in China. Now, they didn't pay then what they pay now. But you know, it was a wonderful experience, and I mean, you're still a professional doing your craft, and then, you know, who knows what's next? Maybe it could be EuroLeague for one of those guys.
Former Mr. Basketball of the state of Ohio gets a layup, and so does Mr. Miller, and it forces a timeout by the Wolves. Ernest Scott calls it. We'll take it with him. 7:01 to go. We've got a dandy back and forth. 3 lead changes. Welcome back on Cruise Basketball.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Everywhere you look this time of year, people are running, and that's a great thing because running is an excellent exercise, especially for your cardiovascular and musculoskeletal systems. But the question is, are you running a safe running program? All too often, people are hobbled by things like shin splints and patellar tendonitis. But luckily, simple things like stretching and warm-up, the right running shoes, and realistic weekly mileages can keep you in your running game. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
I got something that's never been done before. 30 teams, single elimination, 1 NBA Cup, all leading right here. We'll need players that are incredibly precise, not afraid of a little scrapping. Everyone's got their eyes on this new prize. But the only way to get the NBA Cup is to win it. Looks like you're all gonna have to play for it.
That's Jamel McMillan. That's the new bench boss of the Motor City Cruise in year 3, taking over for DJ Baker, who did an outstanding job in 2 seasons. DJ's moved along to the Bucks organization. But how about Jamel McMillan, a guy that played his basketball at Arizona State, teammates with James Harden. And look, got his degree out there and has worked around the NBA. He's been around, he's earned this opportunity, and here he is now getting the chance with the Motor City Cruise as the head coach.
Yeah, absolutely. And everything I've heard has been super positive about him. Talked to a friend of mine, Nick Van Exel, who was with the Atlanta Hawks, he was on his dad's staff. And
sure.
He said, I mean, he's very detailed, a hard worker, and is just the right man for the job.
I could see you and Nick Van Exel bobbing around Cincinnati as young college gentlemen. You used to work out with him, though, right?
Yeah, in the summers. And, you know, Nick's a little bit older than me, but, you know, he was when Cincinnati was still winning the crosstown shootout, it was because of him. But when he left, you know, Xavier started mopping them up. So.
First jab. Simpson off the miss. Corner. Roden. 4-3. Got it. Third triple of the night for the Cruise, and they're back up by a 4-point bump.
And that's big time for Roden. I mean, he's on a 2-way deal, but he wants to just show the team, hey, I'm your corner 3-point shooter. You know, along with the defense I play, I can knock down those shots.
4 of 8 from downtown in Grand Rapids the other night. Athletic block by Amude and the save. Roden coast to coast with a kiss and a finish.
Yeah, wonderful play by Amude, blocking it and saving it in. Then just a great finish by Roden, who showed excellent footwork on that play.
Yes, sir. Into the paint, Wendell Moore Jr., formerly of Duke University, gets it blocked. Carton against Amude, well defended, and DJ sticks it from 18.
He's going to make those all game. Last year, I mean, he probably made about 7 tough 2-pointers in one of the games. And I mean, he's a bucket getter.
DD is undrafted out of Marquette in 2021. Porter topside, he is kicking to the corner. Stanley for 3, bullseye. Cruise with their largest lead of 7.
And a lineup like this, I mean, the Cruise are tough. They have a bunch of between 6'4" and 6'6" guys who can shoot the ball, defend like that. it just really get up and down, and that makes it hard to play against.
3 blocks in a row. Porter leads the break. Cazelon for 3. No. Tip back. Porter got his own miss and sticks it home. Cruz by 9 with all kinds of hustle and athleticism.
Yeah, just a great play. All the energy and all that athleticism is really showing.
4:48 to go. Cruz enjoying their largest lead of 9. We're under 5 to go in the first quarter. Welcome back to Wayne State Fieldhouse in Midtown Detroit. We're the Prep here on Cruz Basketball.
At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, you are a member of a financial institution that serves the Catholic community, providing you with an opportunity to align your banking with your Catholic identity. You receive all the products and services you need to manage your money, and your membership helps support Catholic schools, parishes, and organizations. It's time to put your money where your faith is. Visit AllianceCatholic.com to get started today. Service, community, Catholic. Alliance Catholic Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
The future of the NBA, that's starting today. Welcome to the NBA G League. Today, we're panning for nuggets of gold, searching for what's never been seen. Today, watch us set new trends and crown new kings. Today, we're igniting the sparks that's blazing new trails. Buckle up and watch today's G League become tomorrow's NBA.
Oh, the defense, Reg, it was prevalent on that last set.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what a block. That was with the Moody's left hand. And then to have the awareness to just throw it back in over his head, I mean, a great play.
Cruz enjoying a 9-point lead, game number 2. First game at home this year. Buddy Boeheim has checked into the lineup. So has Tosan Awoma. Tosan Awoma out of Princeton. Ivy League Player of the Year a season ago. Had a double-double in Grand Rapids in game 1. Very impressive guy. He started that game. Had 11 points, 11 rebounds. One of the new exciting newcomers.
Yeah, he's a good player. I mean, the Pistons are really high on him. Makes the right plays, and they're just excited to for him to be a part of the organization.
Just seems to fit their organization quite well. Excited to see what he can do. Boeheim enjoyed a fine evening off the bench in Grand Rapids in his 2023 debut. But he went for 11 points, 3 of 6 from downtown. And here's Simpson off the bounce getting busted for the foul.
Yeah, that's a kind of a you were in the way foul. As a player, sometimes they say, well, what did you want me to do? And, you know, the ref might not have an answer, but you were in his way.
Get out of the way. So, step back jump shot off the mark. Cruz on the push. And saved by the aforementioned Awoma, who's getting dirty on the deck.
First man on the floor accomplishes more.
Hustling Brainy and Brawny Britt to the rack. Simpson had it rejected. Out of bounds. That's by Michigan's own Brian Bowen, the second out of Saginaw. Former star out of Louisville, who's checked into the lineup.
And Brian Bowen, he's an example of why I love the G League. I mean, you know, he was Mr. Everything coming out of high school, and you know, wasn't able to kind of find his way in the college scene, but here he is. He spent some time in the NBA, but here he is in the G League, and I'm sure he'll have a good year and be able to get things on track.
Meanwhile, Tosan Awoma, Splash City. Right corner three, answer, no bueno. Stanley on the rebound. Cruz by a dozen, that's their largest lead. Two-way Stanley to Porter, who's been on point. Buddy, mid-post. Push, hook shot, good. Oh, Buddy going in the bag early.
And the former Orangeman gets a deuce.
That's an addition to his game. You didn't see that last year.
No, sir. He's added. Backdoor cut, laying good, and the foul. Credit the bucket to Wendell Moore Jr. out of Duke, who's on assignment.
Yep, good job by Moore back cut. Buddy was, got caught watching the ball a little bit and allowed the offensive player to slip behind him, and Moore was able to get the backdoor layup.
How about the pass from Isaiah Moore?
Part of a great play is a great pass.
No doubt. Big man like you can appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. We love when they pass the ball.
It matters where it touches your hand, right?
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's on us to catch the ball. But you know what? More than if it's to us is the timing of it. Throwing it at the right time. I mean, if it's too early or too late, then that doesn't work. If it's a little high, a little low, that's on us. We can catch that ball.
Casalon dancing around. The Frenchman hooks it up to Nate for the stuff. Nothing home for Nate Roberts, and back the other way. Brian Bowen, the deuce, connects.
Bowen able to get out there on the fast break and get an easy one to get going.
Hook pass, opposite side. Stanley sticks another. Splash City. Crews back up a dozen to match their largest lead.
Stanley's perfected that three-point shot to where, he doesn't even bring it below his chest to shoot it.
Over the outstretched arms of Awoma. That's a nice kiss for Mr. Moore. Back to a 10-point lead, just under 2:20 to go.
Yep, good job by Moore. If you're going to be that size, you got to be able to lay it high, get that elbow above your head to get it over the big guy.
Casalon again playing setup man. Stanley can't stick it. Nobody wants to guard Isaiah, and he wants more. Can't get it there. 3-on-2 developing. Sorry,
Good job of just showing your hands, not fouling.
Now, what do you mean by that?
Just the defender. As Moore was going in to draw contact, obviously, you're allowed to jump vertically. You can't jump forward into people or another way, but just as a defender, you're allowed to jump it, especially when you show your hands. It's just showing, hey, I'm not fouling. I'm just holding my ground in the air, per se.
Kind of selling that call a little bit, too.
Yeah, well, what you don't want is them to call foul. And so you're
selling
showing,
the no foul.
Yes, you're selling the no foul, exactly. Because if your hands are tucked, the referee has an impression you're pushing him.
Makes sense. No dice for Roden. Kick, corner, right side, Moore, no. Buddy with the big boy rebound. Outlet pass, stolen by Wheeler. Card to the rack against Buddy. To Bowen with a dime, and it's off his fingers. No good, out of bounds.
Yeah, good idea by Carton, just a little bit too hard, I would say. I think he thought that Bowen would still be in the corner there for the three. And Bowen cut in. That last layup Bowen got, he's like, hey, I want to go back door and get another one.
By game 20, that might be softer. Weaving his way is Uwoma. The Brit with another bucket. That's his second of the game. Give him 5.
Wow, that's what they call a mouse in the house. He just really was able to force his way in there physically.
Great outlet pass and the run out by Casalon. And the deuce is down for the Frenchman and the former teammate of Killian Hayes.
Yeah, they want to get as many of those as possible. That's easy basketball.
Back door, and he did him dirty, Saginaw style with that pass.
Is it just me, or is it a lot of backdoor plays in this game?
Are we in the Ivy League?
Exactly.
What did Awoma bring to this game? Nate, stick back, no. Nothing home for Roden. Moore out of control, and he's fouled in the front court by Casalon.
Yep, so a good foul because that was able to get them to stop the break, but unfortunately they were in the penalty, so they'll be at the line.
Iowa put up 125 points in their first win and first game. As we get another look at this backdoor cut, Princeton style.
Yeah, I think this has kind of contributed to early season per se. A lot of guys are standing and watching the ball, and it's not that they're not playing defense, but they're watching the ball. And kudos to the offensive players all game who've been going backdoor and not just standing out there to try to get a three.
We'd be remiss if we didn't mention the 3 two-way guys for the Wolves who are out tonight or with the big club, I believe in Phoenix. Luka Garza, Jalen Clark, Daisha Nix. So they're all out. Crews with all 3 of their two-way guys tonight. Boeheim misses a banger. 10-point lead, 10 seconds left on the run, and the lay-in and the catch is clean and good. Credit the bucket to Philip Wheeler.
Great job by Wheeler running. He was able to use his foot speed to beat Johnson down the court. 1
second left. Ball stolen from Roden, and Carton's heave no good. But a 37-point first quarter for the Motor City Crews. They lead by 8 over the Iowa Wolves. The home opener for the 3-year franchise, the Motor City Crews. Reggie and I are back to the field house for more fun right after this.
Every morning, I woke up with stabbing pain in my feet. Plantar fasciitis, the doctor called it. All I know is it really hurt. One visit to fix my feet today and the pain was gone. And even better, the custom arch supports I got worked in all my shoes.
Don't wait. End your foot pain now. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
The NBA app is everyone's app. Everyone looking for a bandwagon. Every statistician always in the weeds.
Points, rebounds, assists.
Every streetwear king who's here for the drip. Every Nuggets fan still reigning like a champ. And everyone else on this floating basketball we call Earth.
At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, you are a member of a financial institution that serves the Catholic community, providing you with an opportunity to align your banking with your Catholic identity. You receive all the products and services you need to manage your money, and your membership helps support Catholic schools, parishes, and organizations. It's time to put your money where your faith is. Visit AllianceCatholic.com to get started today. Service, community, Catholic. Alliance Catholic Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
All right, it's game time. We gotta watch the Bucks game too. Giannis already got 20 points in the first quarter.
League pass goes hard.
Hey, check out the Heat. Jimmy Buckets is on fire.
Hit me.
The Lakers and the Nuggets are in OT. Oh, Luka just put a dude on a poster. Jalen Brunson out there snatching ankles.
Ooh.
Go back to Golden State. Home team view.
This is NBA basketball at its best, folks.
I'm never leaving.
I'm gonna want you to leave eventually. After basketball.
Well, the Crews in their 3rd season of operation just down the street from the parent club who's playing tonight at LCA. And, of course, DJ Baker, the head coach for the first 2 seasons. Year 1, what a year it was, 31-15. Lost in the second round of the playoffs, Reg. And how about the players here that have come through already in just year 3? Saban Leaves with the Suns and Derek Walton Jr., you mentioned him before, and Luka Garza, who we just mentioned. It's been a solid G League program thus far. Couldn't have gone any better so far, I can imagine, with Tom Gores and folks.
Yeah, absolutely. And you have to think, so as players are making their decision about where to play, of course they want to play in the NBA, but you know, some of the best players, they get to pick what G League team they play for if they're, you know, going directly to a team. So to be able to say you've had guys like that and what they've gone on to do, that's attractive.
No doubt. Meanwhile, Wheeler to the rack. It's off the mark. He'll shoot 1 free throw. Of course, G League rules, 1 free throw equals 2 points. Except for when we're under 2 minutes. Wheeler returns for his 2nd season with Iowa. Saw 36 games of action last year, 8 points, 4 rebounds. Native of Puerto Rico. Pocket picked by Iwoma. Carton the other way, lays it in. DJ with his 4th point, and the Wolves don't look now, have cut it to 4.
Yeah, DJ showing good speed on that. And that was great defense by Eastern. I mean, he's a defensive hound. He rebounds, he plays good defense, and that was a good steal.
Roden for 3, Splash City. A perfect 2 of 2 from downtown. He has 8, and the lead back up to 7.
Big time shot by Roden. That's what you want from your two-way guys.
Keel's deep dish, rejected by Nate Roberts.
Yeah, but Roberts, what a great block coming over there because Willard definitely had a layup.
Kick to the corner, Buddy gave it up. Back to the corner, Owoma, no. Gets it back, lays it up, and in with the hustle points on the offensive glass.
Good job crashing the boards.
Cruise fans are going to like number 18. Carton off the bounce has been dangerous per usual. And he gets the big fella up in the air and gets back to the free throw line.
Yep, good job. I mean, Carton, he's so elusive. I mean, he kind of has a irk and jerk to his game. I mean, he mixes his shoulders in with his moves, and I mean, he throws his body into you, and you can't help but foul him. And so that's why he's such a good scorer.
Unassuming, isn't he?
Yeah,
he looks like a high school senior, with all due respect. He looks young, unassuming, and then those moves.
But his game is grown.
It sure is. Makes the free throw, 7-point game. Roden rises, fires. Nate, stick back or no?
Yeah, I think Roberts thought he would be getting fouled on that play.
I think you're right. Carton with a southpaw heave, no. Roden wants to run it. To the Lima, Ohio native Xavier Simpson.
And one thing you don't do is you don't see Simpson, as good as he is, he doesn't take many pull-up jump shots like that. And so, but that's the next phase of his game to unlock.
It really is for him to get to the next level, right? He's mastered the assist, the hook shot. Nogel lays it in. That's Nogel Eastern, the pride of Purdue.
Yep, and I mean he's just a workhorse. And ever since his Purdue days, he was doing that. You see there the rebound, and he ended up transferring from Purdue and ended up at an HBCU and played well there. And so here he is in the G League. He's a pro now.
Fine feed from Simpson to Roberts with a finish.
Good job by Roberts using his offhand. He's really a lefty.
Finishing something he's worked a lot on. Step back three, count it. That's Wendell Moore Jr. And that is his first triple of the game, and it cuts it to 4 with 8:40 left.
Again, a guy like Moore, I mean, a highly, highly touted high school player, played at Duke. I mean, one of the top universities, and he's here finding his way in the G League. I mean, the G League is truly a place for these guys to continue their careers and develop.
Perfect spot for him. Simpson for 3, no. Talked about him kind of advancing his game, having to knock some of those down. Acrobatic finish, no, but the putback's good by Eastern, and it forces a Jamel McMillan timeout, and he is not happy.
Yeah, the Crews have kind of taken their foot off the gas a little bit, and the Wolves have gotten some boards.
The Wolves are within 2. We're back to the field house after these.
Years of playing sports took a toll on my feet. The worst was the tear in my Achilles tendon. I went to Fix My Feet today, and I've been pain-free for 2 years. I'm back to pickleball 5 days a week. Amazing.
I've been fixing foot pain for decades. Don't give up hope. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
The Motor City Cruise has the ultimate fan experience. There's something for the whole family. Whether you're battling it out with Turbo, hitting the party deck for your birthday, performing at halftime, chopping it up with players, or just enjoying some good old Detroit!
Oh, yes. Open tryouts continue at the Cruise games. And this fella might get a look. Makes the layup. Tries the mid-range. Splash City. Give him a ball. Give him a razor, too. Trim that beard up, that mustache.
There it is.
How about all these kids wearing these mustaches?
Right.
I like it. Porter left hand laying good. How about Mr. Porter? Slim down look. You mentioned it, Reg. He looks mobile and healthy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is probably the best shape of his life, and he's moving like it.
Yes, sir. We've got an offensive foul. They're going to get Mr. Miller on that. Here's another look.
And great pass by Trayvon Graham. And, I mean, he's a heck of a player. Trayvon Graham, the former Virginia VCU player, he's right there at being an NBA player as well.
The real deal. Kisser no good. Transition back the other way. 3-on-2. Stanley to the corner. And Roden's pass knocked out of bounds. That's Travion Graham, as Reg mentioned, out of VCU. Guys bounced around the NBA, 180 games for 5 teams. Two-time first-team All-Atlantic, 2014 and 15. Porter again down the paint. No on the first, yes on the second, and the bonus.
So Porter, he's one of the best roll guys I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
So he catches, he rolls well, he rolls right down the middle. He doesn't shade to one side or the other. He catches the ball, he goes up, he has soft touch, and then also he's a quick jumper. So right there, he jumps before. It's 3 people around, but he jumps before them, has patience, and gets the and one.
How about it? Jonte Porter, undrafted out of Missouri in 2019. You recall he had that injury. He's had 2 of them. A couple of ACL tears, an MCL tear. Went into the draft anyway after becoming the SEC 6th Man of the Year as a freshman. Shot up no, Miller back to the line. Cruise by 6. But the Wolves have gotten right back in this thing.
Yeah, they have. And it's been with their gritty play, their offensive rebounding. Eastern has given them, he gave them a big lift. He's not in the game right now, but he was one of the factors. And so now they got some of their starters back in and looking to see if they can take the lead.
Got the free throw to go. Little 2-man game. There's that roll. Porter to the cutting of Moody. Kiss is good.
Yeah, and Porter, I remember last year when he came here, I think he was with the Herd last year.
That's right.
There was a play when he rolled down the middle, and next play he came and he hit a corner guy for the 3, and you see right there after the roll, Porter got it, found the backdoor cutter. I mean, he's really an example of who guys should watch as far as what a roll man should do.
Heady player. Both his parents played college basketball. His aunt is the head women's basketball coach at Missouri. Long line of athletes in the family. 6 siblings. 2 of his sisters played at Missouri. I mean, it's like a
Missouri family. Yeah.
It really is. And there he is on point. Porter with a roll and the hammer in Motown.
Absolutely. I mean, he's a rolling maestro. I mean, it's perfect. It's right down the middle. They can't help but pass it to him because it's perfected. He gets out of the screen on time. I mean, it's a lot. You know, I know you see a lot of pick and rolls, but his timing is perfect.
It really is. Laying good. Good job of using that body. The bucket's up. And good. That's Trevor Keels. 3 ball, no good. Porter tries to break it up the other way now. And he can't. Cook, count it.
Good job by Miller gathering himself and going up strong.
Xavier kick, creative corner. No good. off the mark for Travion Graham. Cruz trying to hold on to this lead they've had the entire game. Trying to extend that lead here. Roden finds Graham. Got it.
Another backdoor cut. So both teams are doing a really good job moving without the ball, not just standing still and settling for threes.
Early lead changes, but it's been all Cruz since. A lead that's built all the way up to 14 twice. Porter, unselfish. Corner 3-0.
Good job by Porter. He drew the double team and hit the corner man. That's the shot you want. You'll take it. It's the shortest three-pointer.
Kind of reminds you of a Jalen Johnson a bit.
Yeah.
A little bit with big man passing ability.
Yep, absolutely. The difference would be is he doesn't create his.
Yeah.
Jalen Johnson, he's a downhill monster. He,
Right.
he could really go off the bounce. Not saying Porter can't dribble, but he's setting the pick, and he's getting open through that.
Porter with a rebound, puts it up. And don't look now, but the Wolves have tied it and are on the run looking for more. Roden with a steal. Leads the 3-on-2. Xavier for 3. And we got a timeout. Things have grown stagnant both ways. The offense has stopped flowing. Wolves and the Crews from Midtown Detroit. Reg and I are back with a final 4 minutes right after this.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. We all know that our wives and daughters deserve special attention, but that's especially true when it comes to their knees. You know that females are at a 2 to 5 times risk compared to their male counterparts when it comes to blowing out their knees? It doesn't seem fair, but it's true. The reasons include the way females are made and the way they fire their muscles. But fortunately, there are injury prevention programs out there that can greatly decrease this risk of injury. And if you do know a female who blows out her ACL, don't despair. We have neat, innovative, minimally invasive ways to fix their knees and get them back onto the field. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
Chad and Reggie back with you. Alex Westfall, your executive producer tonight. Glad you're with us from Wayne State Fieldhouse. Right now we're knotted up at 54. Crews have led by 14. Feels like they've been in control most of the game, and then things kind of went stagnant, Reg. What happened to the home team?
Well, I mean, they settled for a few more. Well, some of the threes stopped going in. And, I was going to say they settled for a few more, but how can you not shoot them more when you were started the game out making them? So now they have to kind of get back to their roots, which is going back door, throwing it in the post and attacking.
It's been a balanced effort with 5 players with 7 or more points, led by Malcolm Cazalan and his 13 points in 12 minutes. To the lane, Carton cashes, and the Wolves take the lead for the 3rd time tonight, but for the first time since early on in this game, Reg.
And that's a unique finish. I mean, his arm was stretched all the way out. His body was flying one way, and he was able to lay the ball. That's what makes Carton so good.
10 points for Carton, only outdone by his teammate Leonard Miller, the guy Reg told you was an impact player early on. Porter with a 2-handed hammer.
Great interior passing by the Crews, able to get that dunk.
Porter now double figures for the ball game with 11 points to go with 4 rebounds. Double-double with 18 and 14 on Sunday in the opener. Triple try and a foul late. Amude tried to hold his ground, and Cook is going to go to the line and shoot 1 and try to get 3 points from that one freebie.
Yeah, Amude, a great contest, but if your contest takes you forward, you have to allow the shooter space to land. So.
Indeed, indeed. Buddy Boeheim will check in. Here's another look at that triple.
Yeah, that he jumped forward, and so I'm not sure how the legs got tangled, but sometimes you just have to. The point is to just make a miss, not to block it.
That is the third for Stanley, and that's why he's checking out in favor of Buddy Boeheim. His father, Jim Boeheim, 43 years at Syracuse, no longer coaching college basketball. Has to be odd for him, but how about James Arthur Boeheim and the job he's done and the longevity at Syracuse?
I mean, he's a legend. You know, he's a legend. He still has an office there at the Dome, so in the athletic office. So
as he should.
You know, there's not enough you can say about the guy and what he's accomplished.
Not really. He has been fabulous. It's very warm in our meetings at the Carrier Dome back in the day. Right wing three, got it. Triple tries down. And that's Javante Cook. That's his third triple of the game. And don't look now, but the Wolves have their largest lead of 3 in this game with 2 to go.
Yep, and it was at the right time. Being able to move the ball, and they knocked the shot down.
Cook is out of Division II Winston-Salem State. He also played at Mars Hill College. That's the Division II variety as well.
And Porter, even though that shot didn't go in, I'm impressed with Porter's IQ. I mean, he seems to find guy after guy, whether it's after the pick and roll passing or like right there. He actually went downhill, dribbled through his legs, and was able to throw it back out. I mean, the guy was wide open, you know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Porter, he's kind of like a de facto playmaker.
Porter was part of a trade. That's how he was acquired. He's in his 3rd year in the G League. He was part of the trade in exchange for Jaime Ekanike and Kyler Edwards. They went to the Wisconsin Herd.
Edwards, who shot the ball really well for the Crews over the past. He was a rookie out of Houston. Remember, he shot the ball well, and so it was a trade where both teams won.
Sure did. Casalon throws it away and might have slipped off the forefront of the finger. 5-point Wolves lead with 97 seconds left until the break.
This is where you see what your team is made of. Kind of things that are a little stagnant. Who steps up, who starts to make plays, who really knows what they can dig into that's going to work.
Floater in the paint by Isaiah Moore. And don't look now, the Wolves up by 7. This is their largest lead. It continues to grow. Simpson to the rack. Right hand, left side, lays it in.
Simpson said, "You're not going to pressure me."
That's right. Game recognizes game. 3-0. And Casalon battles for that rebound. Crews get it back down 5, looking to make a push with just under a minute to go in the first half of this home opener of 2023.
Yep. They might try to do 2 for 1 here, just get a shot so they can get the ball back before half.
Boeheim. The Wolves tighten up a bit. 6 on the timer. Buddy in front of his own bench for 3. No. Casalon had it, but Bowen swiped it. And the Cook, no good. Offensive rebound. Miller all alone. Bullseye.
The best time to get a 3 is after the offensive rebound, as we've said, and so it's really paid off.
Rebounding for the Crews has been a challenge on the defensive end for the last quarter or so. And we got a foul with 7.5 seconds left. He had 1 to give. Why not use it?
Yeah, absolutely. Make them take it up top, as they say.
Yeah, that's right. Back to the courts. The asphalt days. There's a steal. And coast-to-coast cleanup is down. My goodness.
You don't see that happen often to Simpson.
Buddy at the buzzer, no. But the statement by Isaiah Moore has been made off the bench. The steal and the score, and the Wolves take the largest lead of the game into the locker room, 68-58, in a complete flip of the script in the second quarter.
Yeah, it was. And, I mean, you had a situation where the Wolves just turned it up, and it started on the boards. You know, all of the offensive rebounds they have. And you see here that right there, I mean, the play before, though, more pressure Simpson, and Simpson was able to get to the basket, but there it worked out, and, I mean, they were able to take the lead.
A tale of two quarters. What will give in the second half? We'll take a timeout from Wayne State Fieldhouse. The road Wolves with a 10-point lead as we go to the break. Thanks for watching here on The Prep. This is Cruise Basketball.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Did you know that kids are not little adults when it comes to sports injuries? That's because of something called the growth plate. Growth plates exist all over the human body in our growing athletes. They're actually little cartilage discs that exist at the end of all the long bones. It's simply where a kid grows. The problem is that the growth plate can be the weak link. What might be a sprain, a strain, or a tear in an adult when they hurt themselves can actually be a growth plate fracture in a kid. So it's important, if your kid has hurt themselves and they're not using their arm or they're not able to put weight on a leg, come see one of us, get an x-ray, and make sure it's not a growth plate fracture. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
Take a look around. Did you really expect it to be different? A city built on big ideas and big dreams. Where bad boys became legends. And going to work means more than just clocking in. Where champions inspired the next generation. Where the soul of the city sounds so different.
Call it hustle.
Whatever the Detroit you want to call it. Man, we do what we do. Every day, every drive, every shot. We're always working, always Pistons, always Detroit
The future of the NBA, that's starting today. Welcome to the NBA G League. Today, we're panning for nuggets of gold, searching for what's never been seen. Today, watch us set new trends and crown new kings. Today, we're igniting the sparks that's blazing new trails. Buckle up and watch today's G League become tomorrow's NBA.
Chad Bush, Reggie Butler with you. 68-58, Iowa Wolves on top. It was the Cruise by 8 at the end of the first quarter. Tale of two quarters. What went wrong for the Cruise in the second? What went right for them in the first?
Yeah, well, in the first they made shots, and they also protected the ball. As far as protect the ball, rebounded the ball. And, you know, second quarter, the Wolves were able to get a bunch of offensive rebounds, and they converted those to three-pointers. You also see that the Cruise, they only have 3 free throw attempts.
Big difference there. Wolves 9 makes in 10 attempts. That is a huge difference. That's 18 points to just 2. So big difference there. Here's some highlights of the first half. You like Porter and what he could do, Reg?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when they had their biggest lead, when Porter was rolling, playing well, and And he ended up making some great passes later, but some of the shots weren't knocked down after his passes. But when he's in that pick and roll, man, he's really effective.
There you see Xavier Simpson with the assist. There you see with the lay-in. And there you see a little bit of what this team can do in transition when Stanley Amude's on point.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, he shot the ball well. So we talked about how they had the Crews have a bunch of versatility, right? So along with that versatility, those are usually like big wing players. Well, sometimes wing players give up rebounds as well. Yeah. So, you know, when you it's the downside to going small. So I'm sure, but they can also rebound. So I'm sure they'll come out and try to do that.
Crews out-rebounded 30-22 in the first frame. And Iowa started to get some confidence off the bench by the name of Javante Cook. He went for 11, Reg, and buried a couple of triples along with Miller.
Yeah, when you have a microwave who comes off the bench like that, it always helps. You don't really identify him, and he comes off before you know it, he has 3 made threes.
So the Crews shoot 29% of the first half. Iowa shoots 38%. And the biggest difference in disparity at the free throw line, 9 of 10 for the Wolves. Crews just 1 of 3. Is that in the fabric of this Crews team? Are they a team that can get to the line? And is that something that we should expect them to do more often?
Well, they're still trying to find out. It's only a few games in, and it just depends on whether they want to kind of shoot the three or drive.
Whatever variety they choose, we'll see what's upon us in the second half coming up shortly. Thanks for watching Crews basketball. Right now, the Wolves enjoying a 10-point lead on the road in search of win number 2. We're back to the Fieldhouse in Midtown Detroit right after this.
At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, you are a member of a financial institution that serves the Catholic community, providing you with an opportunity to align your banking with your Catholic identity. You receive all the products and services you need to manage your money, and your membership helps support Catholic schools, parishes, and organizations. It's time to put your money where your faith is. Visit AllianceCatholic.com to get started today. Service, community, Catholic. Alliance Catholic Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Everywhere you look this time of year, people are running, and that's a great thing because running is an excellent exercise, especially for your cardiovascular and musculoskeletal systems. But the question is, are you running a safe running program? All too often, people are hobbled by things like shin splints and patellar tendonitis. But luckily, simple things like stretching and warm-up, the right running shoes, and realistic weekly mileages can keep you in your running game. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
I love running and working out, but my heel pain was devastating. So I go to Fix My Feet today, and in about 30 minutes, I walked out pain-free and could not believe it.
Even if you think you tried everything and nothing has worked for you, call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
I got something that's never been done before. 30 teams, single elimination, 1 NBA Cup, all leading right here. We'll need players that are incredibly precise, not afraid of a little scrapping. Everyone's got their eyes on this new prize. But the only way to get the NBA Cup is to win it. Looks like you're all gonna have to play for it.
The Motor City Cruise has the ultimate fan experience. There's something for the whole family. Whether you're battling it out with Turbo, hitting the party deck for your birthday, performing at halftime, chopping it up with players, or just enjoying some good old Detroit!
Welcome back to Wayne State Fieldhouse. Chad Bush with you. The Iowa Wolves 68, the Crews 58. In a tale of two quarters, the Crews led by 8 in the first. They led by 14 in this game twice. The Wolves enjoying their largest lead right now, and they're being led by by Leonard Miller, 16 points. Cook, 11 off the bench, 10 for DJ Carton in this game. The Crews being led by Casalons, 13, a dozen for Porter to go with 6 boards, and 8 points for Roden and Amude. Welcome back to Wayne State Fieldhouse. Chad and Reggie with you. Reg, 1 win already in the books. We've seen what the Crews can do. It's a defense that can lock down. They held Grand Rapids to just 99 points. We're seeing pieces of the defense in this game as well. How much is focus and how much is just bringing, strategy differently in the second half?
Yeah, well, they have the strategy. They just have to secure these plays and get the rebounds. You get some of these stops, and then the Wolves don't have some of the three-pointers they've gotten in. So it's a combination of that, and you have to also give the Wolves credit. Eastern, the way he came and attacked those boards and kind of made things happen, credit to him. He really gave the team a lift.
All right, just around the corner, second half action. Back here at the Fieldhouse. Can the Crews come back from a double-digit deficit on their home night, number 1? We're back after this to find out. Thanks for watching Crews basketball.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. We all know that our wives and daughters deserve special attention, but that's especially true when it comes to their knees. Do you know that females are at a 2 to 5 times risk compared to their male counterparts when it comes to blowing out their knees? It doesn't seem fair, but it's true. The reasons include the way females are made and the way they fire their muscles. But fortunately, there are injury prevention programs out there that can greatly decrease this risk of injury. And if you do know a female who blows out her ACL, don't despair. We have neat, innovative, minimally invasive ways to fix their knees and get them back onto the field. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
Every morning, I woke up with stabbing pain in my feet. Plantar fasciitis, the doctor called it. All I know is it really hurt. One visit to Fix My Feet today and the pain was gone. And even better, the custom arch supports I got worked in all my shoes.
Don't wait. End your foot pain now. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
All right, it's game time.
We gotta watch the Bucks game too. Giannis already got 20 points in the first quarter.
League pass goes hard.
Hey, check out the Heat. Jimmy Buckets is on fire. The Lakers and the Nuggets are in OT. Oh, Luka just put dude on a poster. Jalen. Home team view.
This is NBA basketball at its best, folks.
I'm never leaving.
I'm gonna want you to leave eventually. After basketball.
The Motor City Cruise has the ultimate fan experience. There's something for the whole family. Whether you're battling it out with Turbo, hitting the party deck for your birthday, performing at halftime, chopping it up with players, or just enjoying some good old Detroit!
This copyrighted NBA G League may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA G League.
Second half action about to get underway from Midtown Detroit. The Motor City Crews against the Iowa Wolves. Both teams have enjoyed double-digit leads. But right now it's the road team, the Iowa Wolves. Minor league affiliate of the Minnesota Timberwolves. We're off to a fine start in the NBA season. Meanwhile, the Pistons down the road playing tonight against the Hawks. They're in a tight one. About a minute to go until halftime. How about Xavier Simpson getting nice on his first attempt of the second half?
Yeah, that was determined. That was a determined drive. It looked like he was thinking about that all halftime.
Xavier with 6 points to go with 5 assists. Taking care of that basketball as well. That's Carton from the short corner left. And DJ's got himself another deuce. He's matched his jersey number. He has a dozen.
We mentioned some of the tough shots he would make, and that's one of them.
Porter misses, got his own miss, put it back and scored it. You mentioned that leaping ability. Boy, was it ever on showcase there. He's quick.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he may not jump high, but he jumps quick. I mean, he puts it on the rim, and he's the first one back up there at it.
Porter continuing to tack on tacky numbers early. Told you about his night in Grand Rapids in 32 minutes. Put up 18 points, 14 rebounds, had the highest plus minus, if you're into that plus minus kind of thing. It was plus 20.
Yep, and I mean, it's the way of the NBA. I mean, it's what teams judge players on, you know, how they played. Part of it is the eye test, but the plus minus means so much to teams.
Porter pops it out, going to force a reset with just 3.5 to go on the timer. Let's get a look at Jamel McMillan, first-year Cruise head coach. Seattle native, loves the Seattle sound, he said. Alternative. 3 ball, no good. That's off the mark by Keels.
Yep, and he, you know, when he was a youngster growing up, I mean, his dad was playing with the Seattle Supersonics and was really a key piece of those good teams. And so here he is in the Midwest now.
Mookie Blaylock. Kick, corner. And Carton with a foul.
Yeah, Carton, he's so crafty. I mean, so he gets it, walks the baseline, and is able just to come in, jump into Simpson while still another person fouled him. I mean, he just involves so many people. So if you watch this drive here, I mean, so he tippy-toes the baseline. So boom, I'm going to bump Simpson, and somebody else has to get involved.
Knows how to use that body.
Yeah.
Crafty Carton. I miss the Seattle Supersonics.
Oh, one of the best franchises.
They were fun to watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dish down low, fought for by the big and the little. And one out. Well, I guess the mid-size, not a little guy down there. Leonard Miller's not a little. That's a corner 3. Nothing little about that either. Count it for Wendell Moore Jr., the 6'5" guard. And the Wolves have their largest lead of 11.
And yeah, this game has shifted. The Crews want to make sure that they're not just coming down and taking the first available shot.
Second chance opportunity, and that's earned by Nogel Eastern out of Purdue.
Yeah, he's the guy, in my opinion, who turned around the first half. I know he might not have that many points, but just doing things like that, offensive rebounding, the defensive plays he was making, I mean, and here he is in the second half.
8 points, 8 rebounds. The guy who got the start in this game despite missing that free throw.
I mean, guys like him, if he can get his three-point shot down, he's another P.J. Tucker.
Yeah.
But, you know, he has to be able to shoot the ball at the next level as well.
Rode in a bit of a slow first half for his standards. Got to remember he had 36 points in the first night.
So there's his growth as a player, but consistency. You know, being able to drop 36 the first night, and now here you've been kind of quiet. I'm sure he'll wake up before the game's out, but that's that's just his next level, to be able to do it night in and night out. It might not be 36. That's hard every night, but just, you know, being there, showing up as your best self.
Casalon with a triple, Porter with a rejection. And he got him with a follow through, they say. Eastern going to the line where he missed just a moment ago. The crowd doesn't like this one.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. We'll see here. The referee said he was bumped, but well, okay. I mean, Porter kind of placed him a little bit while showing, but that's why you show your left hand and you block it up top, because to our eyes it didn't look like a foul at first.
Good catch by the official, perhaps.
Do it, player, and it's funny. Players never go back and say, you were right.
The tape doesn't lie,
yeah.
But all the talking's done there.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody comes back and says, nobody sees that tape review.
No.
Outlet, steal, slammer. And that's Wendell Moore Jr. And that is the Wolves' largest lead of a dozen.
And it's important. We'll see what the next 3 shots the Crews take are, you know, for them to be able to get themselves back in this.
Simpson, hot potato pass to Porter down the avenue. And the kick and the throwaway. Crews in all kinds of discomfortability.
Yep, and there's Porter. You know, I mentioned some of the great passes he made in the first half, but there's a thing of, you know what, just shoot the ball. Put that soft touch, that teardrop you have, put that on the rim.
Reverse lay-in good. That's Leonard Miller up to his old tricks. He has 18. That's a game high. Timeout, Jamel McMillan in Detroit. We'll take it with him. The Wolves up a couple of touchdowns in Detroit on this reverse score.
At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, you are a member of a financial institution that serves the Catholic community, providing you with an opportunity to align your banking with your Catholic identity. You receive all the products and services you need to manage your money, and your membership helps support Catholic schools, parishes, and organizations. It's time to put your money where your faith is. Visit AllianceCatholic.com to get started today. Service, community, Catholic. Alliance Catholic Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
The future of the NBA, that's starting today. Welcome to the NBA G League. Today, we're panning for nuggets of gold, searching for what's never been seen. Today, watch us set new trends and crown new kings. Today, we're igniting the sparks that's blazing new trails. Buckle up and watch today's G League become tomorrow's NBA.
Well, the Crews coming off that strong opening night performance back on Sunday. 112-99 win over the Gold Reg. We saw Roden erupt. We saw Porter with his double-double. We saw Tosan Awoma with his introduction. A lot of things to like about this Crews team early, despite things right now not going their way.
Yeah, exactly. They played really well out there. Had a few guys play their best, and they were able to come away with the win. So it's important for the Crews to try to find some of the things that went well the other night and apply them.
How about Porter whittling his way down the avenue and finishing oversized?
That's that one. We said he should have just shot. You know, he overpassed that last play, but, I mean, hey, he's a good finisher. Once you're in the lane, hey, take it up.
Number 11 with 21 points already. Mid-post turnaround jumpers fresh. Count the bucket. Miller again.
Yeah, that's why we highlighted him before the game. I mean, he's a NBA, he's a draft pick. You know, draft picks are thought of as better players, and I mean, he's showing it.
Foul on the floor. Wolves by 14, 7:20 left. Reggie talked about Miller being drafted. It was 33rd overall this past summer by the Spurs via G League Ignite. where he played a year ago. Simpson down the avenue. Shot, contact, and an offensive foul on Captain Hook. Leonard Miller took it.
Good job by Miller, sacrificing his body. Standing up, I think he saw that Simpson wasn't able to stop and took the charge.
Savvy play by a young man, just 19 years young. Carton high on the right. Crews need a stop. Corner, evade, triple, no. Roden on the run out, 1-on-2. Takes it anyway. Put it up and got the call. He'll go line left and shoot one to try to make 2 points. Keels the victim.
And that was created by Amude. He didn't give up on that three-pointer in the corner. He ran the guy off the line, and that led to the rebound and Roden able to get out. Free throws are how you get back in a game.
Roden out of Long Island, New York. Averaged 29 points as a senior in high school in New York. And a Baldwin, former first team All-Big East a couple of seasons ago. Timeout on the floor. Crews looking to make a push. In the midway point of this third quarter. Thanks so much. Welcome home, welcome back. This is Crews basketball. We're the Prep. Thanks for watching. Back after these.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Did you know that kids are not little adults when it comes to sports injuries? That's because of something called the growth plate. Growth plates exist all over the human body in our growing athletes. They're actually little cartilage discs that exist at the end of all the long bones. It's simply where a kid grows. The problem is that the growth plate can be the weak link. What might be a sprain, a strain, or a tear in an adult when they hurt themselves can actually be a growth plate fracture in a kid. So it's important, if your kid has hurt themselves and they're not using their arm or they're not able to put weight on a leg, come see one of us, get an x-ray, and make sure it's not a growth plate fracture. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
Iowa Wolves, team that's 1-1 on the year. And look, this has been a franchise that's won. Ernest Scott in his third year. And hey, look, they've done a fine job, and they're giving up a great fight tonight on the road.
Yeah, they are. They really weathered the storm because the Crews started off really strong, and the way that they were able to weather that storm, Coach has made the right subs and adjustments to get them in the game, and I mean, they haven't looked back since.
Ernest Scott out of Valdosta State. He's the first ever GM head coach duo with this promotion.
So with Coach Wallace, John Wallace.
That's right.
Yeah, so John Wallace, and I'm thinking that Syracuse John Wallace, the legend, and you know, the fact that they both have played in this league is very interesting.
It really is. So back the other way, Crews get a run in. Amude with a rim run. Don't look now. The Crews on a 4-0 run. Back to within 10. Buddy Boeheim will check into the next whistle. Wendell Moore Jr. off the bounce. 19-footer flat. And another offensive rebound, but that hustle not paid off. Eastern was too far west on that baseline.
Yep, a little bit out of bounds, but his hustle has been really key. And it's big time for the Crews now. They put Boeheim in, and they're going to look for him to knock some shots down, get things going. The Crews have gone cold since early.
Malcolm Casalon will sit down, the number 2 scorer tonight. Simpson, hook shot blocked. Porter had it knocked out of his hands. And the Crew's going to have to reset. Sort of lost in space there with Simpson. Back into the lineup comes Owoma. The Brit out of Princeton and the rookie. Roden takes a seat, the top two-way guy for Detroit.
Yeah, but with this lineup, I think they'll look to space the floor, get Boeheim some shots, and work a Moody a little bit more.
Buddy off a screen here, nothing home. Porter with 2 defenders, forces it up and can't find it. Wolves with numbers. Eastern had it distracted by Owoma, who leads the break. Buddy gives it up to the rack, and the lay-in's good. Little show and go by Double B.
Yep, that's 2 plays that he's made thus far that he probably wouldn't have made last year. And they're all based off the fact that he can shoot. When you can shoot, you always have guys who run at you. Go by him.
Some maturity. Single-digit lead now. Simpson ahead. Cross court to Boeheim. On the bounce to the rack. Got it in the foul.
There's 3. Buddy, the driver. He's the driver. You know, you have these guys running at him, and he's just going right by him and taking advantage. And kudos to him because that was a strong finish because got there's the bump. There's the finish. Love seeing the growth in his game.
Through contact as well. Isaiah Moore, the guilty party. Cruz can cut it to a 5-point game. Make it a 9-0 run here. Buddy gets the living right roll. So, how about it? 5-point spurt by Boeheim and the Crews has turned into a 9-point stretch. Corner, Moore, long. Porter with a rebound. Cruz with numbers, 2-on-1 developing. Oh, they close quickly on Buddy. Again, he attacks. Porter, 4-3. Friendly heel bounce, back to the Brit. In the paint, Porter got to the line.
Yep, I like Porter going up with that. You know, there's times when he becomes a passer and he can find guys, but I like it when he goes up because he draws fouls.
Porter, here's another look at the grind. Good set by the Crews here.
Yeah, absolutely. And so they have a tech they've called on Cook.
I think they got him in the face. Boeheim sinks it. That's big. Back to a 4-point game, and the Crews get a chance here to get it within 2 points.
That is. And Boeheim, he has, what, 5 off the bench since coming off the bench? And it's been a key piece. Got to have shooting in the game.
Yes, sir. And we talked about the free throw disparity at halftime. Starting to balance out a bit. To the rack. Porter says, Buddy wants to run. Simpson alone. Gives it up for the greater good. Buddy for 3. Short. More on the move. Cruiser down 14. It's back within 4. Brian Bowen 3. Amude on the run.
Yep, and Bowen might want to make sure he touches the ball first before taking that.
Splash City. Smash that orange. Buddy Boeheim with a 9-point bounce since he entered the game. Cruz within 2. Attack off the 10, high off the glass, good. They go right at Boeheim.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's a tough scoop layup he did. It was off the wrong foot, but it's still effective.
Toussaint to Stanley. And he draws the foul against Bowen.
Yep. And, I mean, that's tough for Bowen because he felt he was there and showing his hands, but maybe the refs, figure he was in the restrictive area. So we'll see there. There showing his hand. Ooh, that's tough. That's
two-way call, maybe.
Yeah, it's tough. Good job by Amude forcing the issue, but for Bowen, you know what? That's why you just keep on playing because some will go your way, and some won't.
Undrafted out of Arkansas was Stanley Amude. Played 4 seasons at South Dakota before the grad transfer to Arkansas. 2-time All-Summit League. But he's really made a name for himself a season ago, earning that two-way title. And now he's got the Crews within 2 points with that free throw. 2.5 left in the third. To the rack. Moore somehow scores it over size and skill.
I don't know how Moore got that one off. It looked like he wanted to dunk it, and then he was just able to contain it and lay it.
The X-Man to the rack with a quick answer. 2:20 left.
Good job by Simpson of turning that corner and getting the lay.
Give him 10. 4 cruisers in double figures. Porter. I made him French for a moment. Porter. Simpson the other way. There is a French flavor on this Cruise club.
It is.
And on the big club. Killian Hayes. Buddy corner. Tough catch. Had to take it inside and draw the foul instead. Who is this masked man? Buddy Boeheim showing the in, the out, and everything in between.
Buddy Boeheim is channeling his inner Russell Westbrook right now. He has become a driver this game, and it's really helped the Crews in this quarter. So the key thing about that, his ball placement. So he's a shooter, right? So you got people who are running at him. It's not like he just throws it on the ground and puts it through his legs. He just shifts the ball above his chin from the left to right, and it's just like the perfect spot. And now I can drive. So kind of ball movement is important, just as important as where you dribble to.
He learned that in his sleep at home.
Yeah.
He just learned that from sleeping next door to James Arthur. Whip pass, Buddy for 3 again. Bullseye! Oh, it's the Boeheim corner.
Yep, and great pass by Porter, being able to throw it over the top.
Sure was. Crews by 3. What a run. Led by Boeheim off the bench. A couple of triples, and here's another look, but the pass deserves a big-time asterisk. That was beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. Because Porter had the mismatch on Bowen, everybody got in help defense, and so Porter, who's been throwing great passes all day, there it was. He found Boeheim.
Free throw no bueno, and that's off the noggin of Roden. Unfortunate hop. Bowen helped create the chaos. And the Wolves get a reset, trailing by 3 all of a sudden. This Wolves team led by 14, just like the Crews led by 14 in this game. But the Crews led by 14 in the first.
It's been a game of runs, and that's what professional basketball is. It's runs. Can you withstand the other team's run?
That's right. Lob played a Carton, no sir, but Cazelon with that fine defensive play was on the end line. And he doesn't like the call one bit.
Yeah, I wonder what he's contested, whether he landed out or let's see. Yeah, his right foot was out.
It was. Chris Armani Rose was down there on the spot. Cook was something clean there, and the Wolves are within 1 with 1 to go in the third.
Yeah, and Cook looks at Boeheim and says, you're not the only person who can drive.
That's right. Roden loses the defender and loses the leather into the air for 3.
There it is. And that, when I used to play in the G League, we used to say, there you go, pro. I mean, the guy who's the pro on the team, or has the contract, like, you look to him at certain times. And,
sure.
You say, there you go, pro. Where are you, pro?
How about that move to the rack? Tosan Owoma with a workman-like rip to the rack, and it gets rewarded.
Great patience. being able to kind of walk in there and slow step, hold on to it, and draw that foul.
British-born basketballer, father of a physician, said, "You're going to get your education. You're going to Princeton." And he says, "Well, Daddy, I can play hoops too."
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's showing it here in the States, showing out tonight in Detroit. No good off the mark, 36 seconds left. Buddy to the rack. Off the glass, no, but he draws the foul from Cook, who can't believe it. Buddy looking for a double-digit third frame here in Detroit.
Buddy has been watching Russell Westbrook and Ja Morant film because he is now driving to the hole with reckless abandon. And it's working.
It is. He had 11 points on 3 of 6 from downtown in his 24 minutes in Grand Rapids on Sunday. But this is some kind of a game for Buddy. A feel-good moment for him. He's got 17.
Yeah.
And,
and it shows how smart he is. I mean, he knows guys are going to run at him, so why not go by him?
That's right. 15 of them here in this third quarter. 15 on the game clock, 7 on the shot clock. The defense suffocating. Out of bounds, back to Motor City with 9.5 to go in this quarter. A quarter they've owned. They're +8.
Great defense, being able to get that stop.
And we got some jostling going on in the backcourt. Meanwhile, Awoma gets it up to Boeheim to close out the quarter correctly. No. Graham with a blue-collar effort under the rack. We'll get the quarter's final free throws.
Yep. Kudos to Graham for hanging around and still competing. The quarter's not over until the whistle sounds.
That's it. Boeheim letting it fly, why not? Graham creating a potential clean 10-point lead. Headed to the fourth, nothing there on the free throw. But how about it? The Crews absolutely erase a 10-point deficit and turn it into an 8-point advantage. Partner, that's a quarter of correction by the home team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they came out determined. Started with that first drive that Simpson had.
Crews in control as we head to the fourth. Thanks for watching. This is Crews basketball.
Years of playing sports took a toll on my feet. The worst was the tear in my Achilles tendon. I went to fix my feet today and I've been pain-free for 2 years. I'm back to pickleball 5 days a week. Amazing.
I've been fixing foot pain for decades. Don't give up hope. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
The NBA app is everyone's app. Everyone looking for a bandwagon. Every statistician always in the weeds.
Points, rebounds, assists.
Every streetwear king who's here for the drip. Every Nuggets fan still reigning like a champ. And everyone else on this floating basketball we call Earth.
At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, you are a member of a financial institution that serves the Catholic community, providing you with an opportunity to align your banking with your Catholic identity. You receive all the products and services you need to manage your money, and your membership helps support Catholic schools, parishes, and organizations. It's time to put your money where your faith is. Visit AllianceCatholic.com to get started today. Service, community, Catholic. Alliance Catholic Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
I got something that's never been done before. 30 teams, single elimination, 1 NBA Cup, all leading right here. We'll need players that are incredibly precise, not afraid of a little scrapping. Everyone's got their eyes on this new prize. But the only way to get the NBA Cup is to win it. Looks like you're all gonna have to play for it.
Oh, 4 fingers in the air. Let's get it rocking. Thanks for coming back on Cruise TV. Glad you're with us. He's Reggie Butler. My name is Chad Bush. DJ Carton to the hole. Count it in the foul. You just wonder how this guy scores on people, Reg.
I mean, he's so elusive. And his ability to contort his body in the air. So he drives straight at the rim. Look at this. This is a straight line drive. But watch in the air how he contorts his body and just stretches his arm past you.
Impressive. He's 6'2" and does a whale of a job using his body. Credit to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
17. So the Crews with an 18-point advantage in the third. They put up 37 points in the first and 39 in the third. Just 21 in the second. Whistle on the floor, and what do we have here?
Foul. You had one of the Wolves go for a steal, and he was able to get in and get fouled.
Tosan went undrafted out of Princeton in this past year's NBA draft. Born in England, this is a guy that grew up playing soccer. Not very surprising. Played for Newcastle United. Picked up basketball at the age of 14, and he parlayed it to a scholarship at one of the finest universities in the States. DJ Carton. My goodness, that's an alley-oop. And this kid's putting on a clinic in Motown.
Yeah, he plays well here all the time. Last year he did it. I mean, he's a bucket getter.
Kid out of Princeton back to Graham, the 5-time NBA veteran. And he gets a glasser that looks good. And the foul.
Good job by Graham realizing what was there for him and a nice strong drive.
This is a guy that's played over 180 games in the NBA and just knows how to get it done. Talk about angles and understanding, Reg.
Yeah.
And having confidence, too, right? I mean, that's a guy that's got to have some confidence going against the G League.
Oh, absolutely. And he's here, like, you know, one of the reasons they brought him in was, yeah, they have their two-way guys, but you bring a guy like him in for poise and plays just like that.
Yep. The Crews, I should mention, are without David Nwaba. He's out with knee soreness. Xavier Simpson was a game-time decision. He also has knee soreness. So the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh in the knee soreness categories. But Nwaba's back, Reg, and he's a big addition. He shouldn't be overlooked as a guy, not a two-way guy, but without David Nwaba last year down the second half, the stretch, I mean, this Crews team would have been in serious trouble.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he was a pure attacker for them. He really made some big plays.
He was like a 15-time G League or a G of the game.
Yes.
Roden gets one off from 16, and that's raunchy. Crews by 8. Carton again. Get out of here. My goodness.
The way he hangs in the air, you think you have the block. So here's what it is. You think you have the block. You think you've placed his ball, right? And so you go to block it, and he moves it, and you end up smacking him somewhere, and he lays it. So, I mean, he goes straight in. I told you it starts a straight line, and you think you got the block, he moves it, and you end up fouling him.
Talk about a guy who's feeling it. He's going against maybe the best defender on this team,
yes,
or one of them, and Jared Roden.
Yep.
I mean, they put him in Piston games to play defense.
Yeah.
And DJ Carton just went after him.
If you could score, you could score anybody in the world.
Buddy's Bonanza runs a little dry there. Carton ahead. Athletic save by Leonard. And Carton's putting this one up, better believe it. No, he's not. Got it stripped and ripped. Cross court to Graham, and that's a bad thought. Leonard lays it in.
Yep. Good job by Eastern running back.
Great hustle, and it gets rewarded. The Crews have crossed 100. They're up 3. Wolves on 99. Roden trying to get a series of offensive success going, and there it is. 5 straight for the two-way star, the guy who put up 36 points in the Crews opener in Grand Rapids the other night.
Yeah, we talked about, we knew he would come alive soon.
He has 18 right now, and that one's knocked out of bounds. Good active hands. Cruz with substitutions. Porter back in, Simpson back in, Amude back in, Boeheim out. Here's another look at this triple by Roden.
Yep. When you get caught on a switch like that, those high-level wing players like Roden, they're just going to wait for you to settle your feet as a big guy, and then they're going to pull it right in your face.
What a knack for recognizing that. Takes. Simpson taps that ahead. And the Brit with a two-handed hanger and banger. A little banger and mash.
2 hands for safety, they call it.
Timeout on the floor. Cruz by 8. 9 to go in the fourth. Here's another look at the defense and the stickiness, Rich.
Yep, right there. Great defense by Simpson being able to hit the ball away, and there's the finish. And they say 2 hands for safety. Make sure you don't miss.
Awoma.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Everywhere you look this time of year, people are running, and that's a great thing because running is an excellent exercise, especially for your cardiovascular and musculoskeletal systems. But the question is, are you running a safe running program? All too often, people are hobbled by things like shin splints and patellar tendonitis. But luckily, simple things like stretching and warm-up, the right running shoes, and realistic weekly mileages can keep you in your running game. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
All right, it's game time.
We gotta watch the Bucks game too. Giannis already got 20 points in the first quarter.
League pass goes hard.
And check out the heat. Jimmy Buckets is on fire.
Hit it.
The Lakers and the Nuggets are in OT. Oh, Luka just put a dude on a poster. Jalen Brunson out there snatching ankles. Ooh. Go back to Golden State. Home team view.
This is NBA basketball at its best, folks.
I'm never leaving.
I'm gonna want you to leave eventually. After basketball.
And down the stretch we come. It has been just a flip and a flop of these quarters. And, Reg, I mean, this is anybody's game, even though it's an 8-point lead. Both teams have shown the ability to go on big runs.
Yeah, absolutely. And so with it being a game of runs, you have to be sure that your run goes longer or you cut their run a little bit shorter.
That's it. Miller trying to start a new run by the Wolves. You got to look at the newcomers this year. And that was one of the fellas. Simpson with a bullet pass down low. Great hands by Awoma. He'll go to the rack. Kick it out to Porter. Try to keep the miss alive. But he can't.
Yeah, and that's probably not what the Crews wanted. They want to get, a 3 or something at the rim.
Miller not a guy to keep open. But this guy's been all over the offensive glass. Eastern missed the putback. Quickly ahead, Roden for 3. No, sir.
So Eastern got that rebound down there over 4 people. He missed the layup, but he comes back down here and gets the defensive rebound.
Gotta like that. GMs love that.
And he's there for that. And I mean, that's something you have to notice. He got the rebound down there over 4 people. Now he's getting a break, but he comes down, he gets the defensive rebound. Then he comes down, and he almost gets this offensive rebound.
And this guy's kind of a bully down there. I mean, he's thick.
Oh, yeah.
He's not only hustling, he can get to some things now, beat some guys out physically.
Yeah, absolutely.
What a match of talents.
Yeah.
Rim protection there by Porter, and Roden rips it out. Awama keeps it alive, but the Wolves have it with 4 on the timer. More mid-post, no. And Roden finally ends the run.
There it is, and the Crews have to make sure all 5 guys are going to the boards.
Simpson sets it up. Around a Porter screen. Captain hook up to his old bag of tricks.
There it is.
Aye.
He's not in the building if he doesn't do at least 1 hook.
Man. Carton.
The way Carton just shows that ball. I mean, when I say you have to, you shouldn't. But human nature just has you take a swipe at it. And, most of the time you miss.
Well, it looks tasty. The meatball right down the heart of the plate.
Absolutely.
There's that hook. by the captain, who has a dozen.
Yep. I mean, do you know how many hours that takes for a guy to perfect a shot like that?
7 of the 9 who've played tonight for the Crews are in double figures.
Team effort.
That's right. 21 by Porter to lead the way. Jonte, that is. Hook shot rejected. Cook says, not in my kitchen. But his pass is errant, not out of bounds. That's a turnover.
And the Crews, they got lucky on that one because the fast break was there, but Cook put the pass behind the player.
26 assists tonight for the Crews. Passing, spreading, sharing. Amude not knocking down. 7-point Crews lead, just under 7 to go. Miller bullies his way. Had it stripped and ripped by Porter.
Good job by Porter, taking the bump and steal, stripping the ball.
Appreciate being back for our 3rd season with Motor City Crews. Special thanks to Scott Schiff and all the great folks at the Crews organization. It's nice to meet Jamel McMillan earlier. Look forward to spending more time with him. Ben Carloni, the GM, will have him at halftime next contest. We're back on the airwaves against the Charge the day after Thanksgiving, Thursday the 24th. Evan Stockton and I will have a call for that. Reg will be back with us for most of the season. You'll see Matt Derry as well. We'll have all kinds of fun this year, Reg. Looking forward to it. It's a new brand, a new team, new head coach. But look, this organization cares about winning, and it cares about having the chemistry with its big league club, the Pistons right down the street, who are playing right now against the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, absolutely. It's important to have a strong G League team and a winning G League team. So some people might think, oh, well, it's just to get the young guys playing time. That's a main point, but you have to win. I mean, the Pistons are trying to, Troy Weaver from top to bottom wants this to be a winning organization. So, you know, these guys who have the experience, who are getting this experience here, he wants them to know what it feels like to win.
It's a good core of two-way players playing together. Some experience, you mentioned Graham, David Nwaba, who's not with him tonight. And this guy, Xavier Simpson, who's at the line after the hustle, an offensive rebound.
You see Eastern comes right back in to make sure that they stay on the boards. But, you know, a guy like Simpson, bringing him in, I mean, being able to get him to kind of come to your team is a luxury because he's a true leader.
He was traded here in the offseason in exchange for Reggie Perry and Devontae Kaycock, along with the 2024 second-round pick. I mean, this was a guy they really wanted here to spearhead.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Kaycock, you know, maybe it's his rights or whatnot, but Kaycock was one of the best players in the G League and before he went off and took the deal at Russia. So, I mean, and then Reggie Perry, who was a monster himself.
Oh,
and, you know, and you give up a pick. So that lets you know how Orlando viewed Simpson.
Yeah. Wendell Moore Jr. views the Crews bench after he drills the three. And don't look now, it's an 11-point Crews lead. Again, both teams have had a 14-point lead in this game. The Crews the latest to make their move after erupting for a 39-point third quarter. And that one's in the second row, and Mike Carice will touch that in the first row. Talented video content creator. He'll share a chuckle with a fan in the second row. Simpson to trigger. Gets it to Porter. Had it stripped, got it back, and got it rejected. That's a shot clock violation. And amazing rim protection from the 6'6" Javante Cook out of Division II, Winston-Salem State.
Yeah, that was because Porter, who, you know, caught the ball in his sweet spot. So it started with Moore, who slapped that ball out of Porter's hands. I don't even think Porter saw Moore.
No, he didn't.
There, and
not at all.
So that started it off, and it was a good defensive possession.
Trevor Keels, former Blue Devil. Fine dish down low to Eastern, who had it stripped. 8 on the timer to work, Crews by 6. Crews will go on the road after this. And 3 games, including 2 in Iowa next week. We'll take a timeout on the floor. Just under 5 to go. We got a tight one. Don't go anywhere. This is Crews basketball.
The Motor City Cruise has the ultimate fan experience. There's something for the whole family. Whether you're battling it out with Turbo, hitting the party deck for your birthday, performing at halftime, chopping it up with players, or just enjoying some good old Detroit!
The future of the NBA, that's starting today. Welcome to the NBA G League. Today, we're panning for nuggets of gold, searching for what's never been seen. Today, watch us set new trends and crown new kings. Today, we're igniting the sparks that's blazing new trails. Buckle up and watch today's G League become tomorrow's NBA.
Oh, the fans are hyped. Oh, look at that toss and catch and the chaos. Everybody's excited about this third-year franchise, the Crews, and an exciting group. Promotions team working hard. The fans excited. Look at people are falling all over for these shirts. Man, oh man, we got to get our prep shirts out there. These things are gonna get people going crazy too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Crews back the other way. They get a stop. Roden thought about a 3. He's already knocked down 4 of them tonight in 5 tries. Porter in the paint, good luck, and he gets to roll out somehow. Ooh, tough luck miss for Jonte.
Yeah, absolutely. He got what he wanted and just didn't go in.
Back-to-back double-doubles for the former Missouri Tiger who's leading the break. Kick back to Stanley, to Iwoma. No good out of bounds. It'll go back to the Wolves. Crews unselfish, maybe to a fault there, Red.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, it started with Porter, who, again, he makes great passes, but I think he could have went in there and laid that.
Back-to-back double-doubles for Jonte Porter.
He started the season strong, for sure.
Over 6th man of the year as a freshman in the SEC. Kind of says it all. 3rd year in the G. Big year for him. And that is an offensive foul. No, I'm sorry. Stepped out of bounds.
Out of bounds. So
Wendell Moore Jr. turns it over. And here's the look. He didn't like the call. Wants to see it again.
Yep.
Tough to see
maybe that left
angle.
foot. Maybe if he was one size shoe smaller.
Oh, the wheel and the deal.
Walk the baseline. Good things happen.
Tosan Iwoma to the rack. Give him 13. Crews by 8. Cook 3, count it. Give him 18 points off the bench. And this kid opening up some eyes here in Detroit.
Yeah, Cook went quiet for a while, but there he is hitting a big 3.
5-point game with 3 to go. Simpson alone for 3. Splash City for the X-Man.
There's his leadership kicking in, being able to knock down a big shot when it mattered most.
First triple tonight in 5 tries. and you nailed it. A timely one. Short with a shot over the outstretched arms of Awoma. Crews starting to feel it.
Yeah, this is a big possession right here. They can kind of put this game in out of reach.
Simpson, blow by. Count it. 5 straight for Xavier. And the Crews are up 10 in Detroit. Cook. Eastern, no. Porter. Rejected, and it's pounced on by Stanley.
Good defense, because I thought Eastern had that layup.
Active hands. Simpson to the rack again, and he scores it. 7 straight for Simpson. Timeout, Wolves.
Crews have had players make individual runs. Now it's Simpson's turn.
$120 to 108. We'll keep it right here. 1:52 to go. Oh, it was just a stretch, just enough of a stretch. A 7-0 run for the Crews. Reg, how'd they do it?
Yeah, they did it well with Simpson. You know, him knocking down that 3 right there, him going back-to-back on those layups, and I mean, it's just the perfect timing right there.
Wearing down Iowa. A game of runs, you mentioned. But in the end, you want a guy who can handle the basketball, take control, and make the right decisions. The Crews seem to have made a decision and commitment to go with Simpson. What's his future in the NBA? What's the potential with him? What does he have to do? Is it just shooting? Is that really it for him?
It would be shooting, and it would just be right place, right time. Somebody's third guard gonna have to. Something's gonna have to happen in somebody's backcourt, and it has to be the right person. So, for example, somebody whose top guard goes out, they might not call him. They might call, you know, a Brandon Knight or some other veteran, you know, long-term veteran. But if the right guy on the right team, something, God forbid, happens to them, you know, then they might call Simpson like, hey, we can see you replacing this guy. They won't call him when John Morant's out.
Sure.
You know,
Sure.
it is what it is.
Right.
I mean,
he's got to fill that role that he can do.
Yeah.
Need a 6-foot guard that can hit a hook shot? He's your guy.
There it is. You know, hit a hook shot.
He does a lot more than that.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, for sure. I know you're kidding. But, yeah, I mean, you know, it has to make sense. These are human beings making these decisions.
Right.
And it has to make sense on who they pull up and at what time.
No doubt.
I mean, if you look at the Pistons, the big team, the guys who they have on 2-way contracts are replacing, you know, the Isaiah Livers, the Bogey, the kind of the players who they have up top who were hurt.
No doubt. Under 2 minutes to go, 9-point lead after the free throw. Simpson. Awoma. Back to Porter. 95 seconds left. Wolves trying to make a move. Keels 3. No. Cart nearly tipped that thing in. Crews with a 3-on-2 developing. Simpson to the rack. Floats it up. No, but right there was the big boy, Awoma, for the layup.
Yep, and Simpson putting that up on the rim. That's what opened up that rebound.
Good communication by both players. Cook for 3 again.
I think Cook can shoot.
Lying. Cook with another. 3 of 5 from downtown. Feels like a lot more. He got fouled on a 3, too.
It does.
What a performance off the bench. We'll have our G of the game afterwards. Stick around for that. This one not over yet. 8-point game. Cook to make it a 5-point game. No. Knocked out. Nothing easy. Keel's going to have to earn it. Ball out of bounds, baseline right for the Wolves. 37 seconds left. It was a dangerous open look.
Yeah, absolutely. Could have kind of got them going where they start to play the timeout game.
Crews trying to get to 2-0. Miller had it, gave it up for a tough layup. No good.
Just shoot the 3. You know, just take the shot that's there, shoot the 3. You don't go for the harder 2.
Right.
But
Crews just want to run clock now, Reg.
Yeah, absolutely.
Crowd rises to their feet here at the field house. The Crews are on their way to 2-0. They'll take a shot clock violation. Crews have not won a home opener yet in franchise history. Sounds bad, it's only 2 years.
Yeah.
But they're about to end that streak.
Absolutely.
Stick around afterwards for our G of the game. And the Wolves are going to put this one in their back pocket. This ball game is over. Crews win it by 8 in a seesaw battle. It saw 4 lead changes, 5 ties, both teams with 14-point leads. And the Crews pull it out in the end, Reg, with some resilience.
Yeah, the Crews, they really, they weathered the storm. I mean, the Wolves put them on the ropes for a while, but they came out. Buddy had the quarter, had a great third quarter, and then you have Simpson, who was able to have a very good fourth quarter and close things out.
No doubt. Crews put it all together, and in the end, it's a 122-114 victory for the home team. They go to 2-0 on the year, and we'll talk to our G of the game shortly. Reg and I will have full analysis of this one coming up shortly, some highlights, but first we're going to talk to our G of the game. And it is none other than number 11, Jonte Porter. 21 points, 12 rebounds, a double-double, back-to-back games for him. Jonte, congratulations on the win tonight. You were very impressive in this. Talk about how fun it was to win in this home game.
Oh, man, it was a blast. Home opener. This is my first time with the team. So for us to have a comeback win at that is really special. And especially this early in the season, I think it's really important that we have these glue-type games for our culture and our locker room. Really proud of the guys, and hopefully we can keep it rolling.
What were your thoughts when you got traded to this franchise, a franchise you played 2 years against, and over to the Pistons organization? What were your thoughts, and how's it gone so far?
Mostly excitement, man. I realized the opportunity would be here for us to create something special with Coach McMillan coming in, and the already Pistons culture they've established trickling down to the G League is really special to play against, and hopefully this season's going to be really special for me to be a part of as well.
Hey, I called you a role man savant. Talk about some of your decisions you make out of the role, man. You're able to score, you're able to pass to the corners. Talk about how you develop that.
Man, I grew up playing with the number 1 player in the country, my brother Michael Porter Jr., so I was forced to pass back then, and I just got kind of good at it. So I'm still working on my touch, working on being a little bit more efficient, but I like to think that I like to make my guys better around me and just to contribute to winning at the end of the day.
Jonte, congratulations. You're our G of the game. Welcome to Detroit, and best of luck on the road next week. We'll catch up with you soon.
Sounds good. Appreciate you guys.
All right, you bet. There he is, Jonte Porter, our G of the game. A big performance, 21 points tonight to go with 12 rebounds. And Reg, he did so much more. You mentioned the assist and the control. When things were chaotic, this is a guy that the Crews feel good about in the middle of their offensive team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even the ones that guys didn't make, I mean, he's getting them open shots. So imagine that. Imagine, if people are double teaming your point guard and you got a guy in the middle of your offense, your big guy who can hit guys in corners and on the wings. I mean, that is just a luxury.
Crews win it tonight, 122-114. Special thanks to Alex Westfall, your executive producer, and our hardworking crew here at the Prep. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back and wrap things up from the field house right after this. Crews win it by 8.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. We all know that our wives and daughters deserve special attention, but that's especially true when it comes to their knees. Do you know that females are at a 2 to 5 times risk compared to their male counterparts when it comes to blowing out their knees? It doesn't seem fair, but it's true. The reasons include the way females are made and the way they fire their muscles. But fortunately, there are injury prevention programs out there that can greatly decrease this risk of injury. And if you do know a female who blows out her ACL, don't despair. We have neat, innovative, minimally invasive ways to fix their knees and get them back onto the field. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, you are a member of a financial institution that serves the Catholic community, providing you with an opportunity to align your banking with your Catholic identity. You receive all the products and services you need to manage your money, and your membership helps support Catholic schools, parishes, and organizations. It's time to put your money where your faith is. Visit AllianceCatholic.com to get started today. Service, community, Catholic. Alliance Catholic Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
I love running and working out, but my heel pain was devastating. So I go to fix my feet today, and in about 30 minutes, I walked out pain-free and could not believe it.
Even if you think you tried everything and nothing has worked for you, call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
Crews win it 122-114. Chad and Reggie back with you in the Fieldhouse. And Reg, this was a game that the Crews had to show a little bit of resilience. They led pretty much the entire game against the Golden Grand Rapids on Sunday. This was a game they had to come from behind. They were once down 14. They were once up 14. A real test of fortitude here for the Crews.
Yeah, it absolutely was. And, I mean, they had individual players who stepped up. If you think about that third quarter, Buddy was the man. You know, being able to drive, get into the paint, and score in ways that he normally doesn't score.
Buddy scored 15 of his 17 points in that third quarter and was a big part of this team effort. 7 players in double figures for the Crews, a couple of 21-point scorers in Porter and Simpson, as you see there, along with Roden, Boeheim, and the Brit Iwoma. I mean, this was a balanced act, and this is something that's encouraging for Crews fans.
Yeah, absolutely. The fact that they were able to even distribute their scoring, even it out, but also the fact that they came back from a deficit, that means a lot.
Sure does. Iowa was led by Miller's 25 points, Cook 23, and Carton 22. Fine little trifecta there. And they certainly had their moments as well. A 39-point second quarter. Crews had a 39-point third quarter. So both teams with encouraging starts. Iowa falls to 1-2. They'll get the Crews next week for 2 back-to-back. And that should tell some tales as well as this season, early season, continues to grow older.
Absolutely, and that's one thing about the G League. You play these teams so much, you start to learn each other's players. So going down the line, it's going to be a true testament of who's the tougher team.
Been a great broadcast tonight. We appreciate our crew. The Crews now will go on the road for 3 games. They'll come back. We'll have the broadcast for you next Thursday. It'll be the Cleveland Charge and Amani Bates in to take on this Crews team. That'll be a fun one. Reg, we look forward to catching up. Great job tonight. Good to see you again.
Absolutely.
A lot more of Crews basketball to come. Special thanks to Alex Westfall and our hardworking crew here at the Fieldhouse and back at the PPC. My name is Chad Bush. Once again, your final score tonight. The Crews win it in come-from-behind fashion, winning 122-114 behind a couple of 21-point scores in Porter and Simpson. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. So long.
This copyrighted broadcast of the NBA G League may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA G League.